Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first 4 years. Um, Laura Ingalls Wilder, Chapter 1, the first year, Part 3. The wheat had turned out only 10 bushel. Oh, sorry. That doesn't bother you? Okay. The wheat had turned out to only 10 bushels to the acre, and wheat was selling 50 cents a bushel. Not much of a crop. It had been too dry and the price was low, but the field of oats had yielded enough to furnish grain for the horses with some to spare. There was hay in great stacks and plenty for the horses and cows and some to sell. Manly was very cheerful and already planning for next year. He was in a great hurry to begin the fall plowing and breaking of new sod land, for he was determined to double his acreage next year, or more if possible. The wheat for seed was stored in the claim shanty on the homestead, for there was no granary on the tree claim. The rest of the wheat was sold. Now was a busy, happy time. Manly was early in the field plowing, and Laura was busy all day with cooking, baking, churning, sweeping, washing, ironing, and mending. The washing and ironing were hard for her to do. She was small and slender, but her little hands and wrists were strong, and she got it done. Afternoon, she always put on a clean dress and sat in the parlor corner of the front room sewing or knitting on Manly's socks. Sundays were always went for a buggy ride, and as the horses trotted along the prairie roads, Laura and Manly would sing the old singing school songs. Their favorite was Don't Leave the Farm Boys. You talk of the mines of Australia, the wealth in red gold without doubt. But there is gold in the farm boys, if only you'll shovel it out. They mean manure. Don't be in a hurry to go. Don't be in a hurry to go. Better risk the old farm a while longer. Don't be in a hurry to go. And Laura thought of the golden wheat stored in the homestead claim shanty, and she was glad. The drives were short these days, for the plowing was hard work for the pretty quick stepping Skip and Barnum, the driving team. Manly said they were not large enough to do all the breaking of the new sod land. One day he came home from town leading two large horses hitched behind the wagon, and they were drawing a new sulky breaking plow. Now Manly said he could hitch all four horses to the big plow. Then there would be no trouble in getting the land broke for his crops next year. The horses had been a bargain because their owner was in a hurry to sell and get away. He had sold the relinquishment on his homestead to a man from the east and was going farther west to make up another claim where the government land could still be found. The sulky plow had cost $55. Now, $55 in those days, people, the people like the Ingalls didn't see that kind of cash money in a year. But Manly had only paid half down and given a note for the rest to be paid next year. The plow turned a furrow 16 inches wide in the rough grass and grass sod and would pay for itself in the extra acres Manly would get ready for the crop, since he could ride instead of walking and holding a narrow walking plow. After that, Laura would go out in the morning and help hitch the four horses to the plow. She learned to drive them and handle the plow too, and sometimes would plow several times around the field. She thought it was great fun. Shortly after this, Manly came from town again. Behind the wagon was a small iron gray pony. Here, he said to Laura, is something for you to play with. And don't let me hear any more about your father not letting you learn to ride his horses. This one is gentle and won't hurt you. Laura looked at the pony and loved it. I'll call her Trixie, she said. The pony's feet were small and her legs were fine and flat. Her head was small with a fine mealy nose, and her ears pointed and alert. Her eyes were large and quick and gentle, and her mane and tail were long and thick. That night after supper, Laura chose her saddle from the descriptions and the pictures in the Montgomery Ward's catalog and made the order for it ready to mail the first trip to town. She could hardly wait for the saddle to come. Boy, he's just spending money left, right, and center, eh? She could hardly wait for the saddle to come, but she shortened the 2 weeks' time by making friends with Trixie. It was a beautiful all-leather saddle, tan-colored and fancy stitched with nickel trimmings. "And now," said Manly, "I'll put the saddle on Trixie, and you and she can learn together. I'm sure she'll be gentle even if she's never been ridden, but better head her onto the plowed ground. It will be harder for her, so she won't be so frisky, and a soft place for you to light if you fall off." So when Laura was safely in the saddle, her left foot in the leather slipper stirrup, her right knee over the saddle horn — God, he got her a side saddle — and the leaf horn fitting snugly about it, Manly let go of the bridle, and Laura and Trixie went out on the plowed ground. Trixie was good and did her best to please, even though she was afraid of Laura's skirt blowing in the wind. But Laura didn't fall off. And day after day, they learned horseback riding together. Stay tuned for part 4 of the first year. Told you it's a really long chapter. Anyway, I have to go out and figure out which beds I want Howie to turn over in the garden tonight so that I can plant the rest of my pickling cucumbers and my zucchinis tomorrow. This is Mrs. Wolfe from Reading with Beverly Wolfe saying, take care, God bless, and I'll see you again soon. Mwah! Bye-bye.